Okay, well, look, this is the time in the evening, which is one of my favorite times, actually. This is when I can sort of kick back and relax a bit. Maybe not so much, but this is where I get to learn a whole lot of stuff. The great thing about business owners smashing online for me is I get to meet some pretty cool people that have got some great skills, and I get to learn a whole lot of great stuff for my business as well. So this is all about me. And it's great that everyone can be here to join me as well too. So tonight, it is my great pleasure to welcome along Martin Renaud. So I'll just give you a wee background about him. You'll notice that he's sitting in a video studio there. There's a good reason for that. In that he has a studio down in Vasti Lakes on the Gold Coast with his wife, Anastasia, who is here as well too, just checking up to make sure he does the right thing. I'm sure she's not. But they run a great studio down there. And so if you are a speaker, author, a business that are looking for professionally produced videos, that's the place to go. And I had I hung around after one of the events there and had a chat to Martin there, showing me through all his gear that he's got there. And it makes my solitary microphone and Brio 4K camera and 4 screens here, just puts it to shame. And he's flicking buttons all over the place, and the video that comes out is just absolutely sensational. So if you want professionally produced videos, that studio is just sort of, in fact, that's the first time I've really been in a proper video studio as well too. So not just my bedroom. So he's a videographer. He's a producer, originally from Canada, in Ottawa, Canada. And you'll hear that from his accent. I thought he was French to start with, but that's probably an insult to him. So, but he is from Canada. He used to work for a production company in Montreal, and that production company used to produce 35 short films and documentaries and electronic projects a year. So, and he was there since 2005. 2008, in Melbourne, he was the executive director of Open Channel. So Open Channel was a business there that was producing educational programs, and he was involved in the Advanced Diploma of Film and Media, which was and also produce helping with a scholarship program in Certificate 3 in documentary filming for Aboriginals, and plus a whole lot of workshops and seminars as well. So not only is he someone that is a practitioner, so he knows how to stand behind the camera and point it and shoot it and do some pretty cool things with it. He teaches other people how to do it as well too. 2020 is when he opened with Anastasia the Freedom Potential in Vasti Lakes. And that's where they produce will have a video production studio. And they also have an interesting live streaming event, which is sort of a hybrid of live events and streaming online as well too, which is where I first got to meet Martin. And a great concept, and some of that I'm sure is what he's going to be sharing tonight, and some of the tips there in terms of how to monetize live stream video. Just a couple of stats here. He's had 15 years in video production, or over 15 years, 150 plus events live streamed. So you beat me there. And that's resulted in millions of views online as well too. So let's put our hands together and give a big warm welcome to Martin Renaud. Awesome. Welcome, Martin. Glad to have you along tonight. So
Great to be here, Nick. Thanks for the incredible introduction, and thanks for sharing your tech tip of the night. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to be part of that. To actually come and present one of those tech tip of the night with our new initiative, Edit on the Spot. You will love this. Everyone who live streams. It's our new startup where we edit while you're filming on demand and remotely, which means that, for example, right now we would have an editor, and in the future, a machine learning AI automated system that would edit the full video of this presentation, the segments. So your tech, introduction, tech part, my interview, and then the raffle at the end. That that would create social media clips, highlight reels, all while it's happening, all while it's still recording. So it basically is done for you and available at the end of the show. This is technology that's already existing, that we already have clients for, and that we're already delivering, but we're just starting to create an actual platform. So, you know, in the next few months, you'll be able to book in and to access this service in the beta form.
Awesome,
so yeah, edit on the spot. That's I hope we're gonna make it to your top 10 or top 3
awesome.
or top 1.
Top 1. Well, I'll definitely have to trial that and sort of and have a look at it, because it sounds pretty cool. Can I ask, because you have recently won an award at a startup, was it a startup convention or weekend or whatever? Is this what the award was for?
Yes. So my wife Anastasia, our co-founder, and I, we formed a team on this tech startup weekend about 6 weeks ago, and it's like an intensive 3 days where you workshop a startup idea and you basically launch the business within a weekend, and then you pitch your business, and out of the 70 people that were there on the Friday night, our team of 6 won the award, or won the weekend, and a whole bunch of mentorship and a whole bunch of new opportunities opened up for us. So yes,
awesome.
Thank you for mentioning that. It was quite incredible, actually.
That is absolutely incredible. I must say that creating a business and launching it, and all in a weekend, when a lot of people take sort of 5 years to get something off the ground and running, is a pretty incredible feat in its own right. But I guess that's what happens when you're in a pressure cooker environment, right?
Yeah, I guess so. This business of video production and film and TV, it feels like you're always chasing your tail, right? However, this is because the technology is just like going so fast, and it's being so democratized. From the like 70 years ago, when the cameras became available for anyone, to in the late 60s and 70s, when people started when video cameras came to existence, and the dream of creating your own TV, and then phones, brought the Super 8 and VHS, and then phones, brought cameras, and incredible video cameras in your pocket, in your hands, and now there's so much footage and so much content being created every day, every hour, every minute, every second, even. However, we think that the next frontier is editing, because this is the complexity and the time-consuming part of what you do with your video. So repurposing the content is key. So every time you film something, you're going to have a strategy and a workflow to repurpose it. Whether it's to create more brand awareness, or whether it's to create video on demand content that you might want to monetize, whether it's just to build your channel and create more views, and also monetize through advertisement that way. The key is repurposing your content. Everything you do, you make sure that there's transcriptions, you have your captions done, that you reformat it, for the different social media, for the different platform of distribution, that you use different channels allow to really spread the message, and to create value for people, basically.
So that's an interesting point there, Rise. Well, there's 2 things in there I'd like to touch on. First thing is the quality of video. Like a next door neighbor of mine was a cameraman for Channel 7, And I said,
Yep.
oh, it must kill you that, to think that people now can film footage on their, handheld devices like their phones, which is, just as good as what you can film on a camera. He said, yeah, I've just bought a $20,000 of kit there because he was going out freelancing. And he said, you know what? He said, I could do a lot of it on just an iPhone or an Android, because a lot of footage in the news these days has all been sent in from phones. So my question about that is quality. Because people now have so much access, easy access to the technology to create footage, how does that affect the quality, or has it improved people's quality with it all?
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. And also, just before I answer this question, I'm going to try to because I heard everyone's introduction earlier in the program, and I really want to offer value to everyone here. And so I'm going to try to steer your questions a little bit to try to offer value to the specific cases, of, the people here that are either, live streaming from home, or this gentleman who's an artist who wants to actually monetize his live stream, or live stream his art while making it, and those things. So I'm going to steer a little bit through your question, but quality is very, very important, and is getting more and more important. And while it's true that phones do amazing things, they're not the solution for everything. And they're room for experimentation. But the most important thing is fit the purpose. So whatever equipment that you pick up, it needs to be fit for your purpose, or you actually need to somehow hack it to make it fit to purpose. Maybe just a little trick, actually, I can give you here with a phone. Everyone has a phone here. Well, you can actually use your phone on Zoom as a second camera. There is an application called, there is a whole protocol, an application called NDI HX camera, and then you introduce that also the NDI app on your laptop or on your computer, and then it allows you very, very easily, just by selecting phone and then this NDI app, to actually use your phone to have a camera for your Zoom. It's so easy, and incredible quality. And why I say that is because you can actually bring the quality of your phone or all your devices together and create a much more rich experience. Like, for example, here, yeah, they are professional cameras, but I have two cameras in front of me, and I'm using, I have a switcher and I have a pedal, so I can actually switch between those two. I have a guitar pedal here that's a little hack that I constructed, so I can actually switch between those cameras, and that brings richness. Whether the quality of the camera is whether it's an expensive camera or not, having multiple angles, having effects, having overlays, having like different things to engage and captivate your audience is actually really, really important. And I give you one example. Once the pandemic started last year, I was starting to receive calls from real estate auctioneers. They were in trouble because someone had developed a really good app to do auctions, like where you can register, and where you can, as a buyer, you can register, you can be overseas, and then you can see all the specs of the house, the price, and then there is like an auction chat, or like an auction software background app. So what you do is what the real estate auctioneers would do is that they would install their phone with the app on, on a tripod outside where they were giving the auction, and then buyers, were trying to hear and see what was happening, but because of poor internet connection and because of poor audio and poor video quality, they were losing clients, and they were getting people really upset. Because imagine if your house is under auction, and an auctioneer used this type of equipment, and then buyers or potential prospects cannot see or hear what you're doing, it's potential to cost a lot of money. So they reached out and they say, how can we improve the quality of our feed? And they realize how important it is to have a quality video and a quality audio, when you do in just about anything, really. And the segue here will be for this gentleman. Let me see what his name is. David. So David, you were talking about doing your art online, live online. So one of the great platforms for this is Reddit. So there's an example here that we've created with a painter. So we've been running live auctions over 3 hours. So in studio, you can do this at home, and you can do this on your own with your own devices. But basically, you got to subscribe to Reddit if you're not already. Find relevant groups, and it's the group. It's called R. Let me find out. There is a group where you can live stream on Reddit, and artists actually have an opportunity to broadcast for just under 2 hours at a time. Is R. Let me find this. RT. It will come back to me. But basically, but in order to be able to stream to Reddit, though, you need to gain some creds you need to get some karma on the platform. So basically, you need to be contributing for a while and gain a certain amount of karma before you can start sharing and live streaming yourself. And when you're live streaming, so what people do is, they put a camera there, and Reddit is just a platform to do something long and repetitive, and I would almost say boring. People play guitar for hours there. People make matchsticks structures, sculptures, or like you could create live a type of artwork that you can auction while you're doing it, and that you can also offer references, for your for people to find your art where that could be, as well as some sort of tip jar. There are a couple of apps, like one is called Tip Jar, that you can set up for receiving tips while you are performing your art online.
So I think, Martin, the channel there is Artisan Videos. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, the channel. I need to find this. It's actually the streaming platform. So it's off OBS. So OBS is the open broadcast software. It's an open software, open source software that you can use on a laptop or on a desktop, and that allows to stream to any platforms and to do all sorts of cool effects with them. But if you give me 1 second, I'm gonna look at at my computer and give you the exact system, because that is quite. Yep.
While you're doing that, we've got a couple of questions. If you've got any questions, just drop them into chat. We've got one here which relates to the two cameras, the one that is on your phone with the NDI.TV app, And the question is, what happens with the sound with the second camera?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question. You can actually route the sound of your phone onto this through NDI. Basically, at the bottom left of your screen, of your Zoom screen, there is the microphone and then the camera icons. So these would allow you to select the sources that you want to use for microphones, speakers, as well as video. And this is where actually you find that.
Actually, I can see the setting there. It says switch to phone audio or leave to computer audio.
Exactly, but if you have installed the NDI tools, so it's as simple as that. I'll write it down right now in the chat. So basically, it is the NDI tools. Yep. Okay, and actually, I'll find this right away. NDI.tv. NDI.tv, this is where you find the tools to create this, to set up your phone and other devices, and hook them up through your Zoom, and it's free. It's completely free.
And that link is already in chat.
Okay,
so
let's one on the next question.
All right. What angle to put the second camera and phone?
Thank you. Okay. Oh, I missed that.
Oh, the question was, what angle should you put the second camera or phone on?
Well, that's a very good question. So actually, it really depends. It really depends what you're doing. But if, say, for an interview, typically you would have, the type of angle that I have here. So, you would have a mid shot, and facing the camera. Right now I have a teleprompter in front, so I have a few notes, that I can look at into the screen. And then the other camera is a close up, slightly on an angle. This is more for an interview style, so it allows you to be a little closer to the audience when you're in close up, and then have more of a presence with my hands or with a device, or interacting with elements when I'm actually on the wide angle. If your live stream involves, like, say, unboxing, well, you might want to have an angle right above, so you can actually see what's happening on your desk while you're manipulating it. If you're a musician, then you might want to have different a specific angle that will allow to show what you're doing. So I think if you have two cameras, you want to present and then show what you're doing. It's kind of the basic of it, really. And then if you have more cameras, then you can start being creative with that.
And switching between the two cameras, that's what your box is for, is that right?
Well, actually, you can do this with hotkeys. You can do this with a keyboard. So you don't really need any extra gear. So in Zoom, for example, there are and most software, you can assign keys within the software, hotkeys, and decide that you're
I think Vasty Lakes there has got a interruption in their internet feed. Hopefully he'll be back shortly. Is this useful and helpful for people? Yep, thumbs up there. Great, awesome, excellent. All right, I've just dropped a couple more links in there. You're back. Thank you.
Okay.
All good.
How did I disappear?
Okay, you just froze.
No way.
That's the joys of live stream, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think I'm here.
You're here.
Everyone else is frozen.
Oh no, Martin. Here we go. I'll just drop into chat. Can hear you, Martin. So you're fine there. Keep on going.
Yep. I'm here. Okay. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, can hear you fine, Martin. So yeah, carry on. It's just jumping a bit, but you're fine. Just keep going. You'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. So, what else shall we talk about?
All right. So your the topic tonight was really about live streaming, and so obviously we're live streaming here, and so we've just talked about cameras and using sort of some of the technology. There's probably a whole lot of tips around all that there to make it interesting. But I guess, when live streaming, there is so much video out there. So when you look on social media, there is so much video out there. How do you create videos that are live, that people are prepared to stop and look at and actually make an impact and are really helpful for business and your audience?
Okay. Well, look, I think I'm going to go through a little bit of what I prepared for tonight, because I went off on a little bit of a tangent here, but I was wanting to address exactly that, how to create engaging content that will attract people and that will attract money. That you can actually convert into people paying for your content or to see you and whatnot. So really, the three type of strategies that we're building is for live events, online training, and podcasting. So a lot of our clients in the last few years and at Freedom Potential are live events. They turn into hybrid events or virtual events at times. So in running a live event and creating an opportunity for people online to join, and which what we call a hybrid event, you have the possibility to sell, so many extra more tickets. I'll give you an example. One of our clients a few years back, actually one of the pioneers in my career, but also in the space, because now it's so common. But a few years back, 4 or 5 years ago, I set him up to run a retreat. So he was running a retreat on abundance. So it was a 3-day retreat, live in a mansion with like 5 bedrooms. So he had about 10 people attending live in this space that's hired. However, he was able to attract 20 more people online that would pay about 2/3 of the price to be there and to actually interact and engage with the people that were actually at the retreat. So that allowed him to make an extra like 20 grand from to attend the abundance retreat, and about $1,000 online. So when you do the math, you add 20 more people, and how he was able to create this was to actually hustle, hustle quite a bit. He, like, for the month or the did his promotional campaign, he was going live every day, and then just like you, having making sure that everyone who what we call offers strategies and offer a lot of value, and then invite those people to the retreat virtually. So yeah, it was able to attract 20 people from like to spend like 3 days straight, like 10 hours a day to his retreat. So for live events, it really, if you are running any sort of seminar or live events, it's really silly, I guess, not to add an option online, right? And what I say to my clients, because a lot of clients come to us and say, well, we want to film, but we don't know if we want to live stream, and we don't know if we want to, sell tickets online because we don't know if it's going to work. And what I say to them is like, look, it's so simple. You're already filming it, so you just you advertise it, right? So if you have an Eventbrite event and you are selling tickets, for example, or it could be another platform, but you're selling so many tickets live, just add a ticket for online presence. And when you see that it starts selling, well, then you can just add on the live stream, and like at a fraction of the cost. So this is a really good strategy. You don't even have to, as soon as you offer it, even if there's not much traction, you can actually like do this without worrying about about if you're going to attract people or not, because in the end, if you put the effort and if you put the marketing behind it, people will come and people love it. Right now, like in the last year, we've done events like 7-9 days where people audience member would sign up for a 7-day 9-day training, and they would be online for 10 hours 12 hours a day for the whole time, and they're really enjoying themselves. So this is real one big tip is just advertise it. Just advertise your live event and your virtual participation as well. That's for live events. Now, the second type of content that is very easy to monetize is online training. There's so many different platforms that, and you can find the one that works the best for you, where you can create content for a course. Right? I'm sure, I know that already from people on the call tonight, there are some of you that have created webinars or full-blown online training. I've created many in my career for many different clients, and this is obviously it can be a very lucrative way to actually monetize your live streaming. So what might seem obvious is that you deliver your training live, you record it, and then you create a video on demand training that then you host on a platform or another. I'm a little bit hesitant in actually like promoting different platforms, but I can say a couple. Like for example, if you want to sell just the one episode, or just the one specific training about something that is in demand and that has a particular niche, you could use a platform like Zoom, for example. Sorry, not Zoom, Vimeo, where for a fee, for a subscription fee, you have access to their monetization tools, and basically you can sell one video at a time for a nominal fee, and that is very, very useful and very easy to sell with a landing page. So you create like a splash page, like a click funnel, for example, and link it to a video page, a Vimeo page where people can enter the details and just pay the nominal fee for the one video, and then you can create a whole bunch of them, and that's probably the lowest point of entry. If you want to become a school, well, then you can actually set up accounts on like on Thinkific, for example, where you can like manage your students and manage curriculums, full curriculums, and you can manage, you can create video content, but also tests and all sorts of other type of collaterals that creates a full student experience, a full learning experience that's not just about video. But the base of it could be simply, doing live streams and on a regular basis, and accumulating material, and then getting it transcribed, captioned, and then starting to work your material into modules and to build it up. Like, we know so many people that have, a very specific skill, a very specific experience, and they were able to, by the continuity of running live streams and repurposing their material, they were able to create like full-blown online training in many areas. And then the third main areas of monetizing for live streaming is evidently podcasting. So having a YouTube channel, for example, or running a lifestyle business as an influencer on Instagram or on TikTok, or even being a Twitch gamer, like on the platform Twitch. People play games and then receive tips, and all other type of rewards for attracting many viewers, and also commenting on different type of activities such as e-games. So these are really the three main areas where you can strategize to monetize your live stream. So the live events and hybrid events, the type of online training or educational material, and then podcasting. So YouTube channel, Twitch, TikTok, and whatnot. So I wonder if there's any questions at this point about those specific questions about any of those areas of live streaming or type of live streaming, and if you would have a specific question about what kind of strategy to adopt for one or the other.
So anyone's got a question, just feel free to unmute. So we can have a conversation, which is fine.
Hey, Martin. Got a good question for you. When you're doing live streaming on Facebook and everything, what's the best way to wait for people to come in? Because you know how you're doing live streaming, you got your camera up there, you start talking and that, but you're not getting any views straight away, because the time that you're viewing, people are at work or they're busy. And so I just want to know, how do you get more views in when you're doing live? Is there like a technique that you can use?
Yeah, there are quite a few. What is your main topic? What kind of stuff are you talking about?
So I'm a business development manager in Brisbane, and so we do website designing. So I'm a digital agency in that. So I'm pretty much telling people about deals that we've got happening right now. Like, we've just launched a CRM program. We've just launched a products online. We're doing deals for websites, 10% off websites, 20% off our products online, and just trying to get engaging so people know that we're out there.
Yes.
And
okay. Well, one of the main I wouldn't say a trick, but tip, or it's about the format. So like your format, usually for live streams, especially of that nature, I would recommend something very repetitive. Like, you actually repeat the same thing over and over and over again, and because there's a couple of things that happens here. So first of all, obviously, when you are advertise or try to get as much traction as possible in advance, so like so people know that you're online. There's many things you can do about that. Obviously, you can use your email list to ask people to register, or to just tell them that you're going to go live, and then you could set up your email notification to go. We're going to go live tomorrow. We're going to go live in 2 hours. We're going to go live in 15 as well. So say if you come live now, and you were thinking of using our services, then we have a discount or a bonus or some sort of incentive for you to join. So that's just a little trick to attract people. But then and you can also do this by SMS. Because if you have the details, like a good list, you can actually like tell people by SMS, hey, we're live. Click here to hear about, the newest thing, the newest kid on the block, or whatever. So just build the hype in that way. Yeah. And I guarantee not many people receive requests to join a live stream by SMS, and that could be really efficient. I would actually be really curious to see how you fare about that. Yep. And then, obviously, when you start your live stream, well, as you say, it takes some time for people to arrive and to tune in before you get any or sufficient amount of viewers. And this is actually something that we see in live events and hybrid events, right? So if we call an event at 6 p.m. people come at between 5:45 and 10 past 6, because they used to come a little late and just a little before. But it's really easy to it's fairly easy to hurt everyone and say, okay, now sit down and the event will start. However, when you start live streaming, there's always delays and lags here. Unless on the Zoom call, you have everyone sitting in a staying in in a waiting room, and then you open the gate for people to join in. You can incentivize people, like the viewers, to share. So if you share, then this will happen. Then you will divulge something. So okay, there's 2 of you. I can see that there's 2 of you right now, but we need 5 people, so I can reveal what is the best deal, or what is that we are doing today. So so you can actually have this conversation, direct one-on-one conversation with the little viewer that you might have. And then what I was saying earlier is to have repetitive content. So you say the same thing over and over in different ways along your live stream, because obviously the format requires this, because people drop in at any point, and they need to know, just like on radio, they need to know what you're talking about. What is the subject, and they need to be able to catch up to what you're at in the conversation. So always come back to your main offer, and then and try to engage a little further. Then come back to the offer, engage a little further, and whatnot. And to close this question, one thing that is also very, very useful in captivating and engaging your audience is the AI, because see, on the main platforms such as Facebook and YouTube, there's machine learning algorithms in the background that are creating captions as you go, and these captions are then used to rank your stream. So if you stay on topic and you have a long form format where where you keep talking about the same keywords for a certain amount of time, suddenly the algorithm will start pick up, just like the SEO, it will start picking up your keywords, and then started to feed your stream to relevant parties,
Okay.
to relevant groups and whatnot. Yeah. So I think that's probably as complete of an answer I can give you here.
No, that's incredible. Thank you for your time.
So in terms of monetization, Martin, you talked about marketing your content or marketing your video and your live streams before you do it. How would you go about sort of like the marketing of it? What tips do you have around that?
Well, again, it really depends what is the topic and what you're engaging on. But to get into the heart of the monetization, there are really like three types of monetization that we can look at. There's the payment gateway. So this is where you're actually charging something to access something, and that can be done at different moments in the experience of the user. Then there is the video on demand, which is basically when you have created something and that you're actually people are paying to view it. And then there is the whole advertisement, sponsorship, and monetization aspect of things on platforms that are usually sharing they usually own your copyrights, and which gives you the possibility to receive pennies on the dollar for advertisement and sponsorship that you can receive for your content. In terms of marketing, well, yeah, there's a lot of strategies depending what kind of content you're creating. So maybe we can take a question from someone in the audience that would like to workshop a little bit their marketing strategy for their live stream or for their video content, and I can try to fit it in between this three type of monetization I mentioned, which is either a payment gateway like video on demand or advertisement and sponsorship.
Anyone sort of got a question there that's maybe currently doing video or considering it? This is a really good opportunity, I think, for a hot seat. So Martin's offering essentially a hot seat right now. Susan.
Okay, I had a question. I've been doing live streams for my author workshops, and I was wondering whether they were the same story. It's hard to get people in unless you promote, but I do find it hard to repurpose the videos. And sometimes if I do a course, I end up just reshooting the videos because the Zoom videos tend to be awful. I don't know whether it's just the quality of the camera or something. So I do end up doing double work on the live streams. But one of the things is, how often should you do a live stream when you're promoting to a specific event?
Okay, so how often should you do a live stream? Say if you're on the YouTube platform, in order to have any sort of ranking, you need to stream a minimum of once a week. And that is like, almost a rule of gold, because but really you should be, you should be like streaming every day. So, if you're really passionate about your project and your topic, there should be enough content for every day, hours on hours and hours. Like my most prolific clients, they speak for hours every day. They have schedules like 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 hours a day, and that's really what it takes. Whether it's on one topic or on many topics, it depends how you set up
I'm just in my Facebook
your
group.
style and your business.
Yeah, I'm in Facebook. I do Facebook lives. I'm too scared to do YouTube, and so I'm still doing Facebook lives, and yeah, that's it. So It was
Well,
in
you
my
know, you
group.
can monetize on Facebook. Like, you can actually monetize almost the same.
You know what? I set up an event and I set up a pay thing, but and people said they've paid, but Facebook, I cannot find out where to find. When is Facebook? I linked it to PayPal and everything, but I cannot find in Facebook where they've paid me. So I've gone back to saying,
Right.
click the PayPal button and pay me there.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're interested in how to market. You're interested in how to market your live stream on Facebook. So where do you stream?
I stream either sometimes
in,
on my business page or in my Facebook group. Or on my profile. I sort of just do it everywhere there. And I was doing it about 3 times a week. And I don't have any problem with live streaming except that I get tired and I have to put on makeup and look beautiful. But apart from that,
of course you do.
Fair enough. Apart from that, I'm just wondering. You know,
I have a tip for you.
Yeah.
I have a tip for you. So do you cross post to groups?
Yeah, I do when during the live stream or before?
During the live stream. So there is an option when you live stream, you have an option to cross post to so many groups. So if you live stream from a page, then you can live stream to all the groups that you are member of or admin of. And obviously, it's about building relationships with the admins of those groups and basically getting.
Yeah.
We've just come to the really good part, and Martin's frozen.
Frozen, I know. That's what the admins do to me if I live stream into them.
But you promote what you do on their group. Yeah, relevant groups, like, for example, for exponential networking events, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, but we live stream to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, you know, Brisbane goes networking, and all type of other groups, you know. You know, like, well, we're pretty happy with the results, but on that's platforms, and that is, for this type of content, this is great. Like, basically what the exponential networking event is that we invite entrepreneurs and business owners, speakers, to pitch for 3 minutes on stage here, you know, with our multi-camera setup, and we basically on all those platforms, and we ask everyone in the room to share to their network. So it just kind of creates the amount of people that sees it that's relevant, but it's who and how and when, you know. And we've seen, like, we've run this, I think, 8 times now, and every time we hear of the ripple effect, like in real life, and it's incredible. Like, you know, we just, you know, so many people have made new clients, or have started doing business with each other, or kind of, you know, become more aware of their community. So it's really kind of, you know, a bonding event. So again, what I'm trying to say here is, it might not be the amount of people that you reach, but it's who, when, and how, you know, and what is the message behind it. That's my opinion about this anyway.
Awesome. So the this event of yours, Martin, is probably a good segue to tell us how people can become involved in it, and you know, how it really is impactful for their business.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying basically. The impact is really in turning up, learn, like, to make, present your business, to sensitize, you know, in 3 minutes what you do and what you're looking for. Many professionals come, many presenters or people with a crazy idea, and that the fact that it's use this material to sell your business, to sell your product or services. It just creates more engagement, you know, with your audience, and it's also allow you to be known amongst a wider network, because every month they're completely different set of new people, and you know, God knows how all these people come together. And one of the beauty of a networking event like this is that because everyone presents for 3 minutes on stage, you get to know who everyone is and what they do. So at the end of the night, like, the ice is already you know, broken, and it's so easy to engage with others, and you know exactly who you want to talk to and about what. And you know, it's really great to see everyone's passion and to actually interact with one another with that passion. So yeah, exponential networking event. That's our signature activity. And the next one is next week, the Wednesday the 23rd. And I'm not sure where you're at, but you might start to think about. We might have given you clues about what the prize is going to be for tonight.
I think that was probably a good place to sort of talk about the prize. But look, at this point here, I mean, we're getting sort of close to the bottom of the half hour there. We've got one other question that is in chat at the moment, which is a good question. That's from Tracy, who's asking, is live streaming better than webinars to promote a course? I know people tend to get sick of webinars.
Yeah, if you're talking about webinars where you basically have a slide deck and then you have your face picture in picture on the corner, and then you kind of, you know, bring people through this, you know, webinar journey, and then, you know, you tell them how they should work with you, because otherwise it's going to be so hard for them. And then, you know, like, you present your offers ending in 1997, and then, you know, like, you tally up the number of things. Like, yeah, of course, it's like any sort of gimmick, you know, advertising gimmick. It works for so long that people become educated, and then it's kind of bored. So yeah, authenticity will definitely will always beat you know, like, some rigid formats of presenting. However, the format that you are creating with your show, with your live stream, this is what's engaging. So this is what is the most engaging. You will see, like, what's the difference between a TV show and between a you know, most banal YouTube podcaster. Well, it's the format. So, you know, you have a lead-in title, you have, you know, like, lower thirds, you have stingers, you have, you know, music, you have, like, all sorts of different you know, effects that come into and that actually build the tension and build, you know, the interest and captivate and engage all through the show. So like, for example, you, Nik, you know, like you have put this format together, and this is where it becomes familiar, but also interesting, like intrigue. So like the tech surprises of the week, you know, and then who's going to be the guest, you know what I mean? It's because your format is set, and then you get comfortable in this format as an audience member, and you want to come back for it. You know, this is why all the best and they have a very signature format, you know, like Joe Rogan is 3 hours, you know, of 1-to-1, 2 cams, you know, and then that's it. They have all sorts of goodies, and it's very simple. It's talk back, you know. What's his name? London Real, you know, is in his set like this, and it just, you know, have this conversation like all those. Every show that is significant has a signature format, and this is before even starting your live stream or your channel. You should think about what format's going to be. You know, like what are you going to do? Like what is going to be the segments of your show, and how are they going to line up to actually create an experience for the viewers? That's really what you should think about before even thinking about your subject and your topic for the day.
Awesome. Well, on that note there, I think that's probably a good time to stop and sort of finish up for the evening. So man, a ton of good information there. And I was just sort of thinking as you're talking, Martin, this is, I think we're over about 3.5 years with this particular live stream. And we've had the same format pretty much for the whole time as well too. So I think the thing that has changed is COVID. We were offline, and now we're sort of fully online. So for better or for worse.
How about the background? You know,
what's that?
Have you changed the background? Or how about the background? The hairdo.
Yeah, no, the hairdo stays the same. Background sometimes changes.
The shirt.
The shirt is a signature. We've always got a shirt like this.
See, all those little details that really make it.
So yeah, so the shirt is a signature, same format. We're on every Tuesday night, 6 o'clock to 7:30, all consistent. So yeah.
Where to go? So I'm ready to offer a. I was looking at my phone. Sorry, wrong camera. See, I was looking at my phone. So I'm ready to offer a ticket to the Exponential Networking event next week on the 23rd of June, from 6 p.m. to 8:30. It's a value of $50. And but obviously we want to give it away to, I mean, you do the giveaway because I don't know how you do this in your format, but we obviously want to give it away to someone who's going to come, someone that's available that night. And I've got here a link for a guest pass, so I can just put it, like whoever wins, I can put it in the chat, and then you can register it straight away. And for the other people, then I can also share the link where you can actually pay for it and come and check it out. We have a special guest. We've started doing like special guests. So it's our special guest speaker is Anime the cat, and she's a specialist in tightening up your budget to the cent. she's a specialist in personal budgeting, and I think it's a skill that a lot of people can do with
Awesome.
in this day and age. Yeah. So tell me how you want to do this.
All right. Well, we do have a special way of running this draw. You should see on the screen now our wheel of names. So everybody that is here, your name is in there. And remember, we said at the start, you need to be here to win. So we are going, so the link for that for everybody else is in the chat. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel and get our winner. And drum roll, please. Oh, and the winner tonight is our most active participant. That'd be Susan. So congratulations.
Amazing, Susan.
I can't attend on 23rd. I'm doing something else. I'm attending another workshop. Can I come next week? Week after next?
This is going to be the last one of this series. We are reinventing the wheel. So we really need someone who's going to come on the 23rd.
I've already booked for the 23rd. I can't come. Sorry. I would love to.
Would you like, well, let's work this out. Would you, is there any way she can hold it over for something else, Martin, or an opportunity to give it to a client, a friend or someone, or a redraw? What would you like to do, Susan?
I think just do it a redraw. It's not fair. Like, I can't make it myself. So I think it's fair to give it to someone else, and I'm sure there'll be other opportunities.
What do you think, Martin?
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's redraw. No problem. But I will.
Why do I
keep
win
that at the
something
back of my.
I can't go?
Yeah, but don't worry, Susan, because Susan.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We'll find a way to make it worth your while.
All right, so we'll redraw this and see who our next lucky winner is. And that looks like Thomas. All right, Thomas Dean. How's that work with you, Thomas? You got to unmute yourself, mate.
Whereabouts is it, Martin?
Varsity Lakes on the Gold Coast.
Varsity Lakes.
Sounds like a good trip down from Brisbane.
And that's Wednesday
the 23rd.
23rd next week, is
Wednesday
it?
the 23rd. Yep.
And that's in the afternoon.
Yeah, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Yeah, I should be able to make it. I'll see if I can get a lift down that way.
Awesome. That'd be great for your business too,
fantastic.
Thomas, from the things that we've spoken about. So if you can make that,
yeah,
I've been along and it's absolutely sensational.
Sounds great. Thank you
Awesome.
again, Martin.
Here you go. I just sent you a guest. So it's this is the guest discount. So when you go to book your ticket, you will have like an option for free ticket.
Yep.
You just select that one. Come along.
Awesome. Excellent.
Bring your friend. How about 2 tickets? Bring your friend.
Yeah.
And then you've got a lift. Then you've got a lift.
Sounds great. Because he would actually like that that kind of thing, because he's actually getting into speaking and everything.
Awesome. Well, you've got 2 tickets in. You can come and attend that, and I'm hoping to be there as well too. So you might even catch up with me there if I can organise that as well too. So let's give a big round of applause to Martin. Sensational evening tonight. So much good information there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some of your live stream videos out there, and some of the improvements to them as well, and some new formats possibly. So if you've enjoyed tonight and you want to watch it again, this will be up on our YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon. And the YouTube channel, we'll put that into chat. Best thing to do is go and subscribe to it. It's in chat now, so if you subscribe to the Smash Go YouTube channel, you'll get a notification when this video goes up, and I suspect it's going to be one that's well worth watching again for all of the tips and information that Martin was able to share with us tonight. So thanks once again, Martin.
Thank you.
For those that For those that attend office hours, we're not holding it tomorrow. I have another event that I'm running tomorrow, which clashes with us. So there is no office hours tomorrow. Office hours will be next week at 10 o'clock again, as usual, on a Wednesday morning. It's 10 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. But we will be back here next week, next Tuesday. And next Tuesday is about those people that may have a book inside them and thinking that they may want to write a book, or that they've got a half-written book, or maybe they've got about 3 or 4 half-written books. So we have someone who is sometimes here on this show, and she's a book editor. So she's not a coach or book writer. She's a book editor. But she does do sort of coaching with people that are budding authors as well too. So that's going to be well worth coming along to next week as well. So for now, thanks again, Martin. Really appreciate your time and wisdom tonight. And thanks for everyone coming along and attending tonight. And thanks also for Aldwyn for introducing Martin to us. And she's the reason why Martin is here tonight. So she truly is the media queen, getting people free publicity and getting them into places like this. So go and have a great evening, and look forward to seeing you all again online. Look forward to seeing some of your videos, and look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great evening.